Hello, my name is Kix. And today we are celebrating reaching 42 subscribers. And 42 is a very nice number because...
He's about to speak.
Good evening.
Good evening. Deep thought. Do you have you?
An answer for you? Yes, I have.
There really is one?
There really is one.
To everything? The secret of the universe, the great question of life and everything?
Yes,
And are you ready to give it to us?
I am.
Now?
Now.
Wow.
Though I don't think you're going to like it.
It doesn't matter. We must know it.
Now.
Yes.
All right.
Well,
You're really not going to like it.
tell us.
The answer to the great question
Yes.
of life, the universe, and everything
Yes.
is
Yes.
42. It was a tough assignment.
42? Is that all you've got to show for 7.5 billion years' work?
I think the problem is that you've never actually known what the question is.
But it was the great question. The ultimate question of life, the universe, and everything.
Yes, but what actually is it?
Well, just everything. You know, everything.
Exactly. You have to know what the question actually is in order to know what the answer means.
Well, can you please tell us the question?
The ultimate question
Yes.
of life, the universe, and everything.
Yes.
Tricky.
But can you do it?
No. But I'll tell you who can.
Tell us. Tell us.
I speak of none but the computer that is to come after me. A computer whose merest operational parameters I am not worthy to calculate. Yet I will design it for you. A computer which can calculate the answer to the ultimate question. A computer of such infinite and subtle complexity that organic life itself shall form part of its operational matrix. And you yourselves shall take on new forms and go down into the computer to navigate its 10 million year program. Yes, I shall design this computer for you. And I shall name it also unto you. And it shall be called the Earth.
Oh, what a dull name.
Yes, so, in The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, the answer to what is the meaning of life, the universe, and everything is 42. Now, it is a computer that has calculated the answer, which means it must be speaking in computer code, probably ASCII computer code, which is what this is. And if you look, you will see that the number 42 is an asterisk or a placeholder, so it means whatever you want it to be. So the meaning to life, the universe, and everything is whatever you want it to be. And since 42 is whatever you want it to be, I decided that for this 42 subscriber special, I will do whatever you want me to do. So I've done the first one. I will not be doing the third one, do a clickbait. I will definitely do the building and redstone tutorials. And I will start with answering the question, what is a time crystal? So, a crystal is a structure that has a repeating pattern in space. A time crystal is a structure that repeats in time as well as space. This can be caused by lasers and other things. It's really complicated, but it is one of the 22 currently known states of matter.
What on earth are time crystals? The idea was first proposed in 2012 by Nobel laureate Frank Wilczek of MIT. He suggested a type of matter that exhibits a sort of fundamental oscillation over time. So some property of the material goes through a repeating cycle. But how does that make it a time crystal? The analogy is that regular crystals have a periodic cycle through space. Molecular patterns repeat again and again along their lattices. Time crystals repeat some internal state with constant separations in time. The name time crystal is somewhat out there, but Wilczek wasn't the first to use it in reference to a regularly repeating system. That may have been Arthur Winfrey in his The Geometry of Biological Time, where it's used to describe periodic biological systems. But Wilczek was clever to apply it here, because the name made the internet go completely bonkers. And so here we are. Wilczek came up with a simple model in which charged particles in a superconducting ring break what we call continuous time translational symmetry. That's a fancy way of saying that the system looks different on a global level from one instant to the next. Normal matter, that is in what we call thermal equilibrium, only has random internal motion. In solid matter, that would be the vibrational buzz of its constituent atoms. But from one instant to the next, that buzz stays random. In regular matter in equilibrium, statistical properties stay the same over time. Wilczek's imaginary system broke this time translational symmetry because there are global statistical differences in the state of the matter, non-random patterns that change over time. Big deal. Lots of things change over time. Cups of coffee cool down, planets orbit the sun, the universe expands. But cups of coffee in the universe are not in equilibrium, and the planets are macroscopic moving objects. Wilczek proposed an actual substance that was in perpetual motion while in equilibrium. More, he imagined a substance for which oscillations were the most fundamental lowest energy or ground state. This would break time translational symmetry, which makes most physicists nervous. Well, physicists can chill. In 2015, Haruki Watanabe of UC Berkeley and Masaki Oshikawa of the University of Tokyo showed from theoretical arguments that time translational symmetry can't be broken by a quantum system in equilibrium. That sounds bad for time crystals. But that's where this new paper by Yao et al. Comes in. Their answer is to throw away this equilibrium thing. Thermal equilibrium means a closed system. No energy in, no energy out. Norman Yao, also at UC Berkeley, and his team proposed a way to make time crystals by using some sort of external input of energy to force the oscillating states. The idea goes like this. Set up a chain of ions, so electrically charged atoms. These atoms have spin values, quantum mechanical angular momenta from their electrons. Spins in nearby atoms like to line up with each other due to interacting magnetic fields. Either direct alignment or opposite alignment are both a lower energy state than random alignment. This is the same effect that results in magnetic materials. So you prepare a string of ions with aligned spins. Now cause those spins to flip back and forth using a laser. A laser is just a very well-ordered electromagnetic wave with a known period or frequency. The spin flip oscillation will be determined by the period of the laser. That laser is what takes the system out of equilibrium, because you're basically pumping in energy. Causing spins to flip in a laser isn't particularly exciting, I mean, you're basically grabbing the electrons and forcing them to oscillate. But the paper proposes that if you let go of the electrons, their spin oscillations should continue. They should be sustained internally. That means they should resist a change in the frequency of the input laser, or continue oscillating, at least for a while, if the input EM field is randomized. In addition, other researchers theorized that the spins should not oscillate at the same period as the laser, but at an integer multiple of the driving period. So 2, 3, 4, etc. spin oscillations for every EM field oscillation in the laser. Yao et al.'s work was theoretical, but it involved numerical calculations that allowed them to draw a phase diagram. This is sort of like the phase diagram of regular matter, in which you plot pressure versus temperature. Different materials become solid, liquid, gas, or plasma at different locations on that phase diagram. The analogous phase diagram for time crystals plots interaction strength between atoms versus imperfection in the spin flip driving signal. This triangle at the bottom is where time crystals live. If the variations in the forcing signal become too messy and the interaction strength is too weak, then the time crystal effectively melts into regular time-symmetric matter, in which the ion chain follows the rhythm of the driving signal perfectly, with no independent rhythm of its own. This right side of the graph is also interesting. If the connections between the spins of the ions become too strong, then a wormhole forms and sends your graduate students back to the Paleocene era. I'm kidding. At that point, thermal effects take over and the rhythm dies. Since Yao and team laid out a practical approach to building time crystals in August 2016, two teams have synthesized them in the lab, in completely different ways. Chris Munro's team at the University of Maryland followed Yao's suggestions for setting up a chain of ions, linking 10 ytterbium ions and driving them with a laser. Mikhail Lukin's Harvard team tried something completely different. They used microwaves to generate oscillations in the spins of nitrogen impurities inside a diamond, a time crystal within a space crystal. Both spin systems developed periods that were integer multiples of the drivers. The ytterbium ions oscillations were twice the laser period, the diamond flaws 3 times the microwave period. Both resisted changes in the driving period, keeping up their own rhythms. Finally, both fit the predicted phase diagram, their time asymmetry melting when subjected to too much perturbation or too little interaction strength. So, two teams verified this result in completely different ways. That means time crystals, at least by Yao et al.'s definition of them, can exist.
And here we are at my little horse racing track, which I just finished building. We'll be racing here later with Serenity Ann 40. Link to her channel is in the description below. Here we have a little randomizer. So this piece of paper has first on it. This one has second. You flick the lever and then whatever one you get, that's where you start. So far we've been second 7 times and first 3 times. And this time we are first. That's the 4th time. So it is completely random. And first place will start on the left, closer to the start line. Second place will start on the right. When both players are ready, they flick the lever, and when the lights go out, the race starts. And they make their way up slightly towards the first corner, right-hander, before going sharply down and then up as they go left. Then there's a long straight with bumps in it, before a big drop down and another drop down into 2 right-handed corners. Then they go up slightly, turn right again, then sharply go up into a left-hander as they go over the track. Then there's quite a long straight, and then they go over the track, sharply down, and then there's a 180 degree corner and then the finish line. I'm thinking maybe 1 or 2 laps, maybe 3. And the first across the line wins. Now, another thing someone asked me to do was to promote their YouTube channel. And since we're going to be working together on a diss track, I thought I'd play a little bit of what they do with their songs. So here's Raw Verse by Nihilist the Rapper. Now, nihilism is the belief, the correct belief, that life has no meaning and everything is pointless. Anyway, here's a little bit of what they do.
I'm so unreal that I got it rap, I must be. When I spaz on a track, people laugh that they don't see. Claiming they got my number, but still haven't called me. You know it's raps in these rounds, crush you this card 3. Just the rapper, you're trying to diss and kill, steal from my score streak. Someone told me that these mainstream rappers are on fleek. I listen to them a year, doesn't have more weeks. At the rate team, let her get the D to the V. I'm the alphabet, said she's an angel, and I believed it. Giving away rounds go over her head when I spit. So pissed that I could clock the moon, guess that makes me a lunatic. Got a chip on my shoulder, no wonder you're trying to bite my shit. It's ironic, you're sleeping on the goat and kidnapping my credit. Someone called the medic, it's about to be a bloodbath. 1 rock bottom's all it takes to make your spine crash. So many blockage, you assume we're playing Minecraft. I'm the career ender, dragging you down. You can't weather this weather, so you'll just weather for now. So loud you can mute the song and still hear the sound. I'm prepared to look up in the air and hyperventilate, then sit there and stare while you asphyxiate. Meaning I'm about to blow up and you're not, just in case you didn't get it, mate. I love this constant hate, it motivates the aggression I use to decimate. That means I'm 10 times better than whoever steps up to the plate. You'd think I was depressed and obese, seeing as I'm sorry for the wait. But now I'm here to rip stuff and act tough, no bluff. It's like the version of me from 2 bars ago, going through a drive-through. A few doubles just aren't enough, so now I gotta step it up. Highest setting on the elliptical is finally achievable. Claiming you're dope, next thing you know I'm waving a red cape because I'm calling bull. Not even Nigerland can compete with my amount of bars. Fuck famous artists, I'm declaring wars. My body is made of meteors, in other words I'm shooting stars.
Link to this song is also in the description below. Also, if I reach 50 subs this week, I will be invited to Cyrealms SMP, so don't forget to hit that big red button. And now, here I am in my testing world, where I will be doing a redstone tutorial. So first of all, logic gates. These work very similar to logic gates in real circuitry. We will start off with a NOT gate, which basically it takes a redstone signal and then does the opposite. So if there's no input, there's an output. If there's an input, there's no output. So if the circuit is off, then the light is on, and if the circuit is on, the light is off. Next up, we're going to have 2 inputs. So let's put the 2 inputs down first. Then we're going to connect them like this, like this, like this. So what this does is, if we turn either of them on, or both of them on, there is no signal. There's only a signal if both of them are off. You could also add one of these so that there's only a signal. If one of them is on, the other one is on. or if both are on. So this is called an OR gate. There's only a signal if both are on. Without this block and redstone here, it would be a NOR gate where it's only on if neither of them are on. Now I guess we should try and make an AND gate. I think this only turns on if both of them are turned on. So they're both off, nothing happens. This one's on, nothing happens. This one's on, nothing happens. And both are on, and then it happens. Then we can have an exclusive OR gate, which means if both are off or both are on, it won't turn on. But if both are off, but if one is off and the other is on, then it will turn on. And I think the way you do this is... How would you do this? Maybe... this. Would it be this? No idea. Other redstone YouTubers will teach you how to do it. You can just watch one of their videos. But yeah, that's logic gates are what most big redstone contraptions, that's what they're mainly made of. Just taking the input and then using these logic gates to decide how the output is, well, what the output will be. And then you can just get lots of these chained, and then you can get yourself a redstone computer. So that's how you do redstone, I guess. And now here I am for my building time-lapse video. So I guess we'll just get started over here. So here we are back at the racetrack. Unfortunately, we cannot race with Serenity Ann today because she is busy. So we will be racing with Llama the Best instead. So let's take him on a tour of the track. Let's see if he wants the tour of the track. Okay. Let's see where we start. Over here. Pull the lever. Llama. Yep, he's just going around the track. So let's see where we start then. I start in first. Let's spawn in our horses and saddles then. Now I just have to tame these horses. My one loves me. I just put the saddle on it. Here we are. So I start in first. And away we go. For 3 laps of this racetrack. That's 1 lap. We're on to lap 2. Okay. You want to restart. Because your horse went into the water, didn't it? start as soon as the lights are off. First corner into the lead, second corner taken like a boss, down the long straight, going up to the two right-handers, still in the lead. This is where you need to jump. Now up onto the bridge, over the track again, then going down for lap number 1, onto the second lap, taking the first two corners like a boss, down the long straight, now the two right-handers again. Nice, now go up and up again, over the track twice. And now we go down through the 180 onto the third and final lap. Those two corners taken like a pro, down the long bumpy straight, down, double right-hander, up this bit, and then we finish the third and final lap and we win. Now let's try with different horses, I think. So where's your horse? This horse is slower than the other one, which is why I managed to do it so fast. 3, 2, 1 and go. And he's got into the lead after 2 corners, down this long straight. He clearly has the advantage with the quicker horse. Oh, but his span out of control allowed me to catch up a little bit. And now coming up to the final 2 corners. It's still way too slow. That's 1 lap. He stopped for a little bit. Corners 1 and 2. Going down the long straight. His faster horse clearly has the advantage on the straights. But I'm taking the racing line to the corners. Take the quicker line through that corner. Oh, looks like he's fallen off again. I go down here to complete lap number 2. And now we're on to lap number 3. And I'm in the lead. Going down this long straight. We get hit by a trident. Oh no. But we're still in the lead. As we're coming up to the bridge. Now we've got tridents to avoid. Can we make it 2 wins from 2 on the slower horse? Going down into the final corner. And we win. And so I have done all of these things apart from the pull a prank on someone on my SMP, but that's because everyone is just so far away from each other it would be impractical. Clickbait, that was done by the title of this, and while recording this I actually gained 5 subscribers. I now have 47. I've been Kix, thank you for watching and goodbye.